Hey there, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. Today we're going to look at October 2021. We're going to do a Celtic Cross and then we'll pull cards for health, wealth, love, and destiny. I do want to ask you to please hit the thumbs up button. I keep forgetting to ask. You guys always show up for me, so I really appreciate that. Okay, so, all right. All right. Well, we're going to have a busy week, a busy month. So before I got into your energy, before I turned the camera, I was getting into your energy, and what I got was I saw a canary, and I heard it singing, but it was in a dark spot. And and I was like, what is that, the canary in the coal mine? And they were like, well, yeah. And I said, well, that's not good. And they said, it is the bright spot in the day. And then I heard that song, Bluebird in My Heart, by, I think it's Miranda Lambert. And okay, whoa, okay. So, this is a month to really focus on the light within, because the canary to me looked like this bright light shining in the darkness, and it was singing. And as long as it's singing, that's good news, by the way, right? Because when it stopped singing, that meant that there was too much gas and they had to get out of the coal mine as fast as possible. That's why they took canaries into the coal mine. And then you have keep the bluebird in your heart. So I feel like there's definitely this energy of a need to stay strong for yourself, because you have the Tower as your overall energy, and I can see some of these cards here, and they are a mixed bag of tricks, to say the least. Okay, all right, let's get into it. I mean, I don't know. I won't sugarcoat. I'm not going to sugarcoat, but this is a weird little reading. Okay, so what do we have going on here? First off, we start off with the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles says to me that you have a pretty good idea of what it is that you're going for here and what it is you're trying to do, and things are going pretty well. So that's the energy you find yourself in at the beginning of the month. And what's on your mind, taking that 10 all the way up to being the King of Pentacles. So that's what you're focusing on. At the root, which is lovely in your subconscious, you have the 10 of Cups. And so I feel like this is something you're really passionate about and you're willing to put into work and you're trying to get things done. What are you supposed to lean into? What is the energy that you need? And we have the balance card of the 6 of Pentacles. And so I feel like resources are a little tighter as the month goes on. You start off at the 10, and so you have to remember how to manage things when things get a little lean, because there's some kind of a tower happening here where I feel like you're going to have to start something all over. Something's not quite where we would all like it to be. So what is the obstacle? The obstacle is you have the Chariot. And the Chariot is keeping your conscious and your subconscious in balance. But this Chariot, she is running straight down a hill really super fast. And so you really have to pay attention. So the obstacle is the speed of things. It's almost like things are going so fast, it's really hard to keep everything under control. Which makes total sense to me personally. I am a Capricorn rising. That's how I've been feeling this week. So I feel like things are really speeding along, and you're just trying to keep it all under control. But what is the opportunity? We have the Empress. So I think if you could keep the bluebird in your heart, if you could keep singing, if you cannot let yourself get sucked into the darkness, the stress, then you will be fine. But this Tower moment is going to definitely create some stress, and then you're going to have to be Capricorn. Overcoming obstacles. It's your best trait. So I know you can do it, because the energy you find yourself in is the 7 of Swords. And the 7 of Swords to me is not the liar, cheater, thief card, unless I'm maybe doing a a love reading, and even then I don't necessarily see it that way. What this is he is figuring out okay, so what we have here is we have crows flying in and they're carrying swords, and he's got a knife in his hand, and he's killed, he actually has two knives, and it looks like he's killed one. What it feels like is that in the dark, in the storm, ideas, thoughts, that's the swords, come at you. And one of those is the one you want to pick up. One of those is the sword that's on the table for the magician. Because in the area of what is your advice, you have the Six of Swords. She's got two in her hand. So she's healing. She's walking away. The crows don't have the swords anymore, and they're flying off. And so I think that there is a little bit of a battle, and you're going to have to figure out, where do you put your energy? And with Mercury in retrograde, and this being about thoughts and communication, I feel like there's a communication issue that's going to require you staying on top of your stuff. And it could be a traveling issue. If any of you are traveling, and honestly, it could be short distance or long distance travel at this point. Mercury rules more of the short distance travels. But there's going to be a need to think on your feet and to see what needs your focus and what needs your attention. In your environment, you have the sun. So I feel like this is all going on inside of you, and around you in your environment, things are okay. You'll be like, I don't even know why I feel this way. I don't even know why this feels so difficult, when everything out there looks like it's all sunshine and roses, right? But inside of you, there is, it feels like an organizational battle. Like things are moving so fast, it's hard to keep track of what it is that you are trying to do, especially if you're focusing on becoming the King of Pentacles, and you're feeling like, how do I do this? You got to remember to keep everything in balance. The Six of Pentacles is about the balance. And the outcome, though, is really lovely because, well, sort of lovely. Let's go to the bad card first. You have the Five of Cups. There's some kind of a regret. It's an emotional regret. Something did not work out the way you wanted it to, obviously, because we have the Tower. But you have the Page of Cups and you have the Ace of Pentacles. And so it's refocusing on what it is that you really care about. And nurturing. I think this Page of Cups looks like a lot of self-love and self-care. This is really focusing on what's next. Okay, hold on, guys. I don't know if you can see them. There is a yellow jacket in here that feels significant. I think we're going to get stung. I got stung last week, so I think it's a possibility. Let me pause the camera here and get rid of the little bugger, take him outside, and I'll be right back. Okay, so he's out. Not before he flew all around the tarot table here and landed on my microphone and did several other things. So last week I was outside talking to somebody, and all of a sudden I realized I had stepped on a yellow jacket. I didn't see him. He stung me twice before I recognized what was going on. I'm not allergic, but my foot still hurts. And so I feel like as much as the yellow jackets have been around in my house lately and everything, I feel like there is a real message here. Because we have all these swords here that they showed up again right in the middle of this reading, and there's this Tower. And so I think the Tower moment comes if you're not paying attention to enough of the details. I wasn't watching where I was walking. Of course, I was barefoot because I like to do that. And I stepped right on him. So I feel like you're going to step into something and it's going to shake everything up, and you're going to have to be really discerning about what to do to get out of that situation. The rest of the cards all look pretty good. It's the Tower that doesn't look good. The rest of it doesn't. And I feel like by eliminating something, it allows you to focus on what it is that you really want. Look at the size of that pentacle. And so maybe instead of trying to manifest 10 things at once, and maybe you've got your finger into too many pies because you're trying to rule the world, if you can narrow your focus onto that thing that you really truly love, this page energy, whoops, wrong one, page energy, then I think that's when you can start manifesting something that really works for you. I want to go ahead and get into the health cards here and see what comes out. I feel like this is going to be mental health this week, this month for you. I think there's a need to really focus on your mental health. I think there's a possibility that you're going to take on too many things, and that's the problem. And so narrowing it down and going back, because we go from the 10 is where you find yourself, which is an end of a cycle, and it should be good. But I got to say, when the energy you're supposed to lean into is the 6, and the issue is that, you know, the challenge is that how fast things are going, I think it's time to take a few things off of your plate before you end up stepping into a situation that you can't handle. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Last month, when I did your channel message, they showed me Yarrow. And you just pulled the Yarrow card. And it says boundaries, which is all that Centurion energy of healthy boundaries. And of course, I put the book over there. Hold on. I mean, this feels so significant because it's shown up 2 months in a row for you. So it's a perennial herb that grows wild in most areas of the United States and Canada. And it can be recognized for its delicate, firm-like leaves in the summer, stalks of white or pink flowers. Why, when I saw yellow, they said yarrow? I have no idea. It's connected to Chiron, and that's healing. And again, your advice is to do some healing. It embodies the archetype of the wounded warrior. Well, here we've got a warrior. This is you. They're coming at you, and then there's a need for healing. So, by placing stronger boundaries with people, you create a protective shield for your well-being. Yarrow reminds you that even as a healer, you must remember to care for yourself or risk suffering Chiron's incurable wound. While healing is a noble pursuit, you need not become a martyr. You can still be a good friend without bending over backwards for everyone. The world is a very wounded place. So taking upon yourself to save everybody is a recipe for disaster in your own life. That would be the Tower card. Be sure to distinguish between other people's problems and your own. Another important distinction is to make is between your own feelings and those of others. When you feel upset or worried, remember to ask yourself if these feelings are truly your own. If they do not belong to you, then immediately disown them. So, okay, so this tarot moment. Whoa, my trying again. Mercury retrograde's fun. This Tower moment is probably going to come from trying to do too many things. If you can figure out how to keep everything in balance, and I think it is by setting down some of the balls that you're carrying, right? Like you're juggling too many things. So how can you streamline it, make it simpler? You can't be everything for everyone this month. You need to be there for yourself. It is, if you are Capricorn rising as your 10th house of career, and it is okay to spend a little extra energy on what is going to manifest for you, what is really important to you, focusing again on that pentacle and what it is that brings you the passion and the joy in your life, this Page of Cups, that sweet feeling. And this Five of Cups, I think there's going to be some regret because you're going to have to let some things go that maybe you don't want to, but you just physically can't do everything. Can't physically do it, can't mentally do it. And so to avoid the tower, be willing to let some stuff go to create some space so that it's kind of like when you're a gardener and your plants grow too close together. You have to go and pull some of them out to allow the ones that are there to flourish, to have enough space to grow. And so look how dinky these little pentacles look. And then when they're 6, they look a little bigger. And then I honestly think if you could just focus on that one that you really want to manifest, that is when you dominate. That is how you win the month. So, wow. Okay, let's get into the finances here. So I feel like there's just a lot of opportunities around you and a lot of people that are pulling and tugging at you. And how do you find that safe place where it's just really, it is okay to say no. It is an answer. Oh, and by the way, no is a complete sentence they just said. So you don't have to explain to people. You just say no. I'm saying, you know. And if you want to say, I'm sorry, but I can't. That's fine, but you don't explain. The secret to getting rich is knowing that you already are. Okay, so you already are. Whether you recognize it or not, you already at the 10. Just lean into that area of keeping everything in balance. So you already are, and then acting like it. So fake it till you make it. Do tell me who manages your assets and those gems. Are they real? So that's the universe, like just reminding you, you have what you need if you believe it. There's a need to just believe. Want what you already have and be grateful for it and leave yourself open to opportunities, but keep it in balance, right? Ooh, look at that. That looks like the waterfall. Look at all that, those different flows, different income streams. That's a lot to juggle. Have you ever wondered if when you close your eyes and take a few minutes and redirect your thinking, the monsters might shrink, the grins might grow, and the floodgates might begin trembling again? So he is on ice-covered territory. There is no flowing water there, and he's stressed out by all of his thoughts. To get the multiple income streams to start opening up and flowing again, it is necessary to create safe, healthy boundaries around your time. You can't, oh, Capricorn, we get in so much trouble, right? They're all like, oh, you're such workaholics. Well, okay, yeah. I mean, but there's a way to balance. Like, it's not like, okay, so you can't run when something's teetering on the edge and everybody runs to the other end. You could still topple the thing. So it's not like putting all of the energy into the other side. It's like finding that balance and keeping everything even. And Chariot is definitely about moving quickly but in balance. And so I feel like you can't really stop, but Mercury is moving retrograde, but all the other planets are going direct. And well, not all of them, but Jupiter, Saturn, and who am I missing? Jupiter, Saturn, and somebody else big, Uranus. No, Neptune. I don't know. Anyway, they're all moving big forward. Must be. Oh, it's Pluto. Pluto, which is in your sign. Saturn rules your sign. Jupiter's in Aquarius. If you're a Capricorn rising, that's in your house of finance. And there's a lot of energy, a lot of pressure. There's a lot of need to try to get things moving and take advantage of this energy. And so these safe, healthy boundaries may be that, you want to keep maintaining this 10 of Cups energy that you have around you. But that doesn't mean that you have to solve everybody's problem or take on their energy. If they're having a bad day, there's a difference between empathetic and making it your own problem. So here we go. That looks like a harvesting time. It says eternity is a really, 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 really long time, and I think I'll be able to squeeze everything in, relax. And so a mantra I've been using this week, because I totally had a little bit of a pressurized breakdown on Monday, where I just felt like everything, there was too much. There was too much. I couldn't handle it all. I was running way behind on everything, and I couldn't understand it. I kind of stressed out. And then I remembered, Capricorn, we're the Time Lords. And I was like, okay, so here it is. I move fast, and the world moves slow. I have more than enough time to do all the things I need to do and the things I want to do every day. And I said that a couple of times, and I felt the pressure lifting. And so I started out my day like that. And I'm looking at the clock right now, and I'm thinking about what's up next on my agenda. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to do a little shifting and adjusting, but it's not worth stressing about. So I'm spending this time here with you because you're important, and because this is important to me, because it means so much to my heart to do this work. So find time to fulfill your passion and what's important to you. Safe, healthy boundaries means you don't overschedule. With Mercury in retrograde, it's hard happening in your 10th house because it feels like it's go time. And yet it's hard to move very fast when Mercury's in retrograde. So just accept the fact that you need to slow things down and take a few things off your plate and do really well the things you choose to do. And if you do really well those couple of things, everything else will be fine. So, just focusing on that, right? Okay. Let's get you a love reading here, but I feel like this is really a month to, yes, you stay in contact with everybody that you love, but you take care of yourself and make yourself a priority. There you are. Worthiness. It is about making you a priority. It is about understanding the value of yourself and your time and making sure that you take care of yourself. And we have the divine feminine energy of receiving. This is also that Empress energy that you have as the opportunity. You have the opportunity to draw and attract everything to you if you can calm down and relax and allow the universe to bring it to you. By staying in your heart and doing what's important to you, and shuffling out some of the things that are just, don't need all of your time. Don't need all of your time. So, and they just said enjoy the journey. So enjoy where you are. It's a beautiful time to be a Capricorn right now. Like, we already went through the hard stuff, right? The planets are, except for Pluto, everybody else has gotten out of our sign. The eclipses are over, and now it's our time to, reap the rewards of the lessons that were learned. And so, wow, yeah. So, first thing you got here was long-term plans, devotion, and soulmates. My soul dances with freedom and grace. It is a long game, right? It's a long game. The eternity is a really, 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 really long time. I'll be able to squeeze everything in, so relax. And then you have the crane that says, it's a long-term plan. So cultivate patience and trust in the long-term plans and perspective. Sometimes souls with much to offer need time to marinate and evolve into their true depth and fullness. If you feel like you might be a late bloomer, accept that this can be a wonderful thing. You have the ability to create a beautiful and protective legacy for those souls within your care. Affirm your freedom, grace, and dignity above all, and refuse to allow yourself to be put down by yourself or by anyone else. In other words, remember that you are worthy. You only speak to yourself kindly and with words of affirmation. You are not. Oh, when we don't get everything done that we want to do, we start talking nasty to ourselves. Don't do that. Okay? Give yourself the break that you would give your small child. You say, oh, that's okay. You tried really hard today. You got a lot done. Look at what you did do. Instead of focusing on your to-do list is probably too long. And so instead go, wow, okay, here's what I got done today. I did this, I did this, I did this. Hey, I actually got a lot done today. It wasn't everything I'd like to have gotten done because sometimes it's just, I want to do more than I can. I'm a little greedy with that. So it's okay to say, yeah, but look what I did do. And so enjoy where you are and what you're doing, and it'll be fine. Okay? So just relax. You have the ladybird, which is like also the ladybug. Luck, blessings, and safety. Happiness arises from within my heart and sets me free. There is no need to fear. Something you feared was going to happen will not take place. That's that tower. You can totally control the situation by strategically looking at what's on your plate and what can you take off. Like you've got too much. I can guarantee you have too much. So take a look at it and be realistic. And don't be just taking off the work. I mean the fun. Take off some of the work, right? You need to make time for to keep everything in balance with relationships. A challenge will reveal itself as a hidden blessing. You are freed from a trouble. So if a tower moment happens and something falls apart, rejection is protection. Like it didn't happen to you, it happened for you. It was too much. So just let it go. So you might feel a little sense of regret over it, but focus on the blessing that came out of it, the new opportunities. So look for the opportunities. You will soon be entering in a more graceful, happy time in your life. Ladybird is an omen of better times and good luck ahead. Do not overwhelm yourself with expectations of difficulty or disaster. Let the past be the past. It is time for your heart to be happy and free. I don't want you worried about this tower. I want you to look at the tower as a warning. This is your opportunity right now. It's at the beginning of the month. Like when this comes out, it isn't even October yet. You can avert the disaster by choosing to slow down and take a few things off your plate. Really, really strongly advise it. And you have wisdom. You have the owl. Wisdom, prophecy, and revelation. I pay attention to my inner knowing, and secret truths are revealed to me. There is more going on than meets the eye. Look beneath the surface to find your spiritual truth. Trust that you have helpers in the spiritual realms who are aware of what is happening and sending you messages to help you find your way. You'll be able to move through any challenge successfully. Be patient. Pay attention. That's two of them that told us to be patient. Pay attention. That's that chariot. Pay attention. And you will recognize the perfect time to make your move for the best possible outcome. You are going to receive clarity in a matter that has been confusing or based on deception. So, slow down. Pay attention to the details. Select and choose what is really important. Let something go. Clear some space in your schedule. And I think you'll be okay. I think we can all avoid the tower. And the tower could also be your health, right? So if you're working too hard and stressed out and maybe that nothing disastrous happens in a relationship or work or anything, but you get really sick. And so take care of yourself, nurture yourself, create safe, healthy boundaries. Take time for lunch. Maybe something you can do is just, take a healthy lunch with you so that you can go for a walk and have lunch and get everything done still on time. So be good to yourselves. All right. Capricorn looks a little rough, but you're Capricorn. You can do it. I do weekly readings. If you want to check those out, kind of stay in flow with everything. There's daily readings over on Facebook at Moonlit Waters. And your mid-month comes out in 2 weeks. So we'll check in and see what it is Spirit wants to let us know a little bit more about. All right. You guys take good care. I mean that. All right. Slow down. I'll talk to you soon. Oh, and hey, Mercury's in retrograde. That racing thing, that could be a car accident. So slow down on the road. All right. Talk to you soon.